In this video, my friends, we'll be looking at the iPhone SE 2020. Now, this is Apple's $399 phone. It's pretty smart and it's got some great features too. Let's take a closer look. So after weeks and months of speculation and rumours, the iPhone SE has finally arrived. Now this is the SE 2020 version or the iPhone SE2, depending on what you want to call it. Now I have clearly bought it in the correct colour, which is product red. Anyone who buys it in black or white, in my opinion, needs their head red, but this comes in those three colours. We'll pop that aside for now. I'm not even going to bother showing you what's in the box because there's nothing interesting. There is certainly no 18-watt fast charger. But let's have a look at the star of the show. But first we need to listen to it. Wow. Even after all these years, I still cannot get enough of that sound. Anyway, my friends, this is a beautiful looking phone. It's the phone that Apple clearly hope will bring in both new customers and those maybe sporting an older model currently. This, the iPhone SE, replaces or is the newer version of the 2016 iPhone SE. Now, here it is, side by side. There's very little to say that these are connected in any way other than the name. In fact, in my opinion, it is just the name. Now, you, like me, may be concerned about the size. 4.7-inch screen sounded really small, but in my head I think I was thinking back to the old original SE or even the iPhone 5C that you can see here. Now, this is something which I needn't have worried about because the size is great. Obviously it's got a reduced screen size, but the actual chassis is the same as the iPhone 8, it's similar to the iPhone 10, and it's certainly nothing to worry about. One big factor that's different is the fact that there is only one lens, but what it does in terms of hardware coupled with software, it puts together some incredible images. As you can see here, this is a beautiful image. Everything is very sharp and clear, and certainly when we even zoomed in, so this was the 100% version, and then at 200%, and at 300 and 500%. Now, what I'm not going to do is do loads of side-by-side comparisons between this and the iPhone 11 Pro because I don't think the same person that's considering buying this phone is going to consider the iPhone 11 Pro. It's just so much more money. But what I think people need to consider is, are you happy with this? This is 4K. Are you happy with the quality that this is delivering? Because certainly I was incredibly impressed. Just having one lens means that you are limited to just digital zoom, but you do get a selfie camera that enables portrait. Now this is all done through software, but as you can see here, it is incredibly accurate. This is taken with the front-facing camera and it is amazingly close to the edge of the face, and it really is doing a cracking job. Now, I believe Apple have made the right phone at the right time. Given everything that's going on in the world, to have an iPhone for $399 or £419 will definitely be appreciated by many. And I think what they've also done is made some good decisions in what they've included and what they've kept out to give an all-round good package. So being able to use the same tooling as the iPhone 8 case, not having that second lens on the back, not having Face ID, all of these have helped save money. But what they've also done is they've made some good decisions. There is an argument, I believe, over battery because the battery is just 1,821 milliamp hours, and that means that it will suffer, but we will do some more tests on that. But what they have included is wireless charging, and many people may feel that they would have been better without the wireless charging and then had a slightly bigger battery. One great decision is that A13 Bionic chip, the same that's in the iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pro, because with that on board, that makes this phone feel really snappy. It's very, very quick, very speedy, and what we also know is that this is going to be supported for many years to come. Probably 5, maybe even 6 years, this will still be getting iOS updates. I mentioned the lack of Face ID, which for some will be an issue, but for me, I love the fact that Touch ID is back. It feels very natural and it's something that I've definitely missed. Now, another massive plus for this device is the low price of entry to Apple's ecosystem and all of the great things that offers: iMessage, AirPlay, free apps like Pages, Keynote, iMovie and more. Some of these on their own combined with other types of providers would come to more than the cost of this phone itself. Now, for those of you that are interested, the next part will be the differences between the original SE and the 2020 version. The original iPhone SE launched in 2016 and it launched at the same price, $399. Now that in today's money would be roughly around about $350, so today's phone is technically cheaper. Now it launched with a chip of the Apple A9 processor, it came with 2GB of RAM and was available in 16, 32, 64 and 128GB versions. It supported iOS 9.3 and believe it or not, it still gets support now from iOS 13. The camera on the back was a rear 12 megapixel and it did 4K at 30 frames per second, and the front was a paltry 1.2 megapixel, but it still would manage 720 30 frames per second. The display was a 326 ppi 1136 by 640 resolution on a 4-inch screen, and other features included Touch ID, NFC and a 1624 mAh battery. The SE 2020 version has the same launch day price at $399. Its chip is the Apple A13 Bionic, which is featured in the iPhone 11, and it has 3GB of RAM. It will come in 64, 128 and 256GB versions, and it will launch with iOS 13, but likely the support will last for another 5 years. The rear camera is a 12 megapixel 1.8 aperture capable of 4K at 60 frames per second. The selfie camera is a 7 megapixel capable of 1080 at 30 frames per second. The display is 4.7 inches and has a pixel density of 326 ppi, and that gives a resolution of 1334 by 750. This has an 1821 mAh battery and features Touch ID, NFC and wireless charging. So my friends, I do hope some of this has been helpful, and if you're in that decision making process, well then there's only really one question you need to ask yourself. Why on earth would you buy anything other than this red phone? It's stunning. Guys, thanks as always for watching this video. If it's been useful, do give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, then do hit that red button. I really do look forward to seeing you on the next video.